All right, so we're doing the Wednesday column. That was assigned on April 15th. Today's the 16th. We're correcting it. And then, so today you should have been working on Thursdays. We'll correct that tomorrow. All right, so today is, the first one is Wednesday. It says write the number 740 in each form. So first we have word form. So I am going to type that. Okay, so 740. Okay. Expanded form, that is going to be where you are going to write the actual numbers. So there are 700s. So we're going to write 700. In the tens place, we have a 4. And I know that that means 40. Oops. Ooh, messy, messy, messy. And then you could actually be done there, but if you want to just put the ones place, there are 0 in the ones place. Okay, so that's 700 plus 40 plus 0. All right, let's read the story problem and do cubes. It says 808 people said their favorite color is red. 589 people said that their favorite color is blue. How many more people liked red than blue? Okay, so I underline the question, doing cubes, circle the number, underline the question. Now I'm in a box in keywords, and I see how many more. So that tells me that I'm going to be looking for a difference, and I know that the word difference means subtraction. So I'm going to subtract these two numbers, 808 and 589. The big thing, the most important thing to remember when you're setting up a subtraction problem is that the larger number, at least in third grade, is going to be what we subtract the smaller number from. So that's going to be on top if we're stacking them. Okay, and make sure that I line up my hundreds, tens, and ones places. So I've got 808 minus 589. Okay, 8 minus 9. I can't do that. Third grade. That would be a negative number, and we don't do those yet. So I'm going to go next door. Hey, 0. Oh, you don't have anything either. So I'm going to borrow from my hundreds place. So that becomes 7. Now this becomes 10, right? Now I can borrow. Okay, so I'm going to borrow eek. Why does this happen all the time? Okay, that's all right. We can get it back. There. Okay, so I'm going to borrow from the tens place. And so that's actually going to be a 9 now. Actually use a different color so we can see it better. That's going to become a 9, and this is going to become 18, right? 18 minus 9. So 18 minus 9 is 9. 9 minus 8 is 1. And 7 minus 5 is 2. Now the cool thing about this is I can check to see if I have the right number. If I add 219 plus 589, I should get 808. Let's see if it works. Just because I feel like it. Let's write in blue. Okay, so 589. And it does not matter what order you put add-ins in because they are commutative. Commutative property means you can flip-flop them and you will still get the same answer. So if you wrote 219 plus 589, that would be fine. 9 plus 9 is 18. I cannot put a 1 there. I got to bring it up here, right? 1 plus 8 plus 1, that's 10. So I'm going to be in the same boat. I'm going to have to carry my 1 over here. 1 plus 5 plus 2 is 8. Look at that. So I checked my answer. I know for sure it's right. 808. So there were 219 more people that liked red than blue. All right, finding the product. I know that the word product means multiplication the answer to a multiplication problem. So 9 times 7, I know my 9s, that's 63. 7 times 12, you don't have to know 12s, but if you do, that's good. If we want to make it easier, we could always break that down into 10 plus 2, right? And we could do 7 times 10 and 7 times 2 and add those together. Okay. Or if I just know them, I know it's 84. Okay. 7 times 10 would have been 70, and 7 times 2 is 14, and 70 plus 14 is 84. All right, 6 times 8 is 48. 5 times 12 is 60. And 6 times 6 is 36. Okay. Find the total area. Oh, this is one of those ones that's trying to trick us. So I know that if I had squares, if I had grid paper, I could just count the squares, but they didn't do that for us. So this is a really strange shape, but I'm going to make it into 2 rectangles because I know that if I measure the width and the height of a square rectangle, I can get the area, but I'm going to have to add the 2 areas of these 2 together. So here's my first rectangle, kind of messy. 7 times 3 is 21, right? So that's 21 square feet for this shape. Now we're going to look at the other one. They gave us extra numbers to try and trick us too, but we don't care about all of them. I just need to know how wide it is, right? It's 3 feet wide. So there's one of the numbers. And I need to know how long one of these is. Now this 4 goes with that, so I don't need to know that. And this 11 goes for this whole thing, so I don't need to know that either. The only 2 numbers I need are 3 and 8. And 3 times 8 is 24. Okay, and that would be square feet also. Now I have the area for the 2 shapes, but they want the total area. So I'm going to add those 2 numbers up. And you know I like to stack numbers because for me, my brain works like with pictures or with numbers right in front of me. You could probably do this in your head, but it's always good to check. So 1 plus 4 is 5, and 2 plus 2 is 4. Okay, and that would be 45 square. I'm going to abbreviate square for SQ. And they gave us feet, so square feet. Did you get that one right? If you did, give yourself a pat on the back. If you did, now you know. All right, next one says draw a parallelogram. Parallelogram just means that it has the word parallel in it, and we know that parallel lines are ones that, this is going to be hard for me to draw because they're ones that will never touch. So if I've got one there and I've got one there, if those were really straight lines and they went on forever, they should never touch. Okay? And then I'm going to put the other 2 sides that are across from each other on the shape. They should also be parallel. So if I put one like that and one like that, right? If they went on forever and ever and ever, and if they were really straight, if I wasn't drawing on a computer, they would never touch. Okay, so that's a parallelogram. So really, let's see if I can erase this teeny bit. Maybe. Nope, didn't work. Anyway, better put that line back. Looks a little better than before, huh? So it's a parallelogram would just have 2 sides, 2 sets of parallel lines making a shape. Okay, yours doesn't have to look exactly like that. Could even be a square or rectangle probably. All right, now this one we're going to compare fractions. We're going to look to see if if 3/4 is greater than 3/6, if 3/4 is less than 3/6, or if they are equal. Okay, so first thing I notice is they have the same numerator. Those are equal, but look at the denominator. No, please don't go. Good. Denominators are different. And if we had our fraction magnets, we could set them out, and we could line them up. And we would also notice that the sixths are smaller. So if I only have 3/6 and put them next to 3/4, the 3/4 are actually going to be bigger. Let me see if I can draw a picture that looks halfway decent. All right, remember, I have two pieces. I'm going to divide one into 4 equal. Let me see, maybe I'll use a different color. 4 equal pieces. So the top, right there in blue, pretend those are 4 equal pieces. And then the bottom, I'm going to divide into 6 equal pieces. And you can see that the sixths are smaller, right? So if I color in 3 of the fourths, it would take up that much space. If I colored in 3 of the sixths, it would only take up that much space. So 3/4 is larger than 3/4 is larger than 3/6. 3/4 is greater than 3/6. You could do butterfly method too. All right, so this says use the number line to solve the problem. Every day at 9:15 a.m., Jesse takes his dog for a walk for 30 minutes. Then he takes the next 2 hours to work on his computer before he eats lunch. What time does he eat lunch? So basically, he's 9:15. It's where he starts. Well, where our information starts. He probably gets up earlier than that. Okay, and then they give us some information about hours. If we're using rocks and hills and mountains, like we have been doing, here, let me write them over here. Mountains are an hour, right? Hour, week. Oh, I did it again. It's okay. One of these days, guys, I will get good at this. Okay, so mountains are an hour, 1 hour, and hills are 5 minutes. No. Oh, okay. I'm going to get that back. There we go. I'm going to be super careful with my fingers. Okay, so mountains, 1 hour, hills, 5 minutes, and rocks are 1 minute. Oh, this is not my day. Okay. If I do it again before this problem is over, I think I'm gonna have to just quit for the day. Okay, rocks. Okay, so we know that he takes his dog for a walk for 30 minutes. So 9:15 to 9:20, 9:20 to 9:25, let's see. I'm gonna do 30 minutes first and then count it. So if I count 5 humps, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, they're each 5 minutes. That's 30 minutes, right? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So now let's add the 5s. So that would be 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. So now we're at 9:45. So he's done walking his dog. Now, the story problem says that we have 2 hours before he eats lunch because he's going to work on his computer. So let's add a mountain. 9:45 to 10:45. There's 1 hour. 10:45 to 11:45. So looks like he eats lunch at 11:45. Okay, now if it didn't have the number line, you might be able to solve this in your head, but they did want us to use the number line. All right, let's look at the next one. Andy wakes up at 6:45 a.m. Before leaving for school, he takes 15 minutes to get dressed and 30 minutes to eat breakfast. What time does he leave for school? Well, he wakes up at 6:45. $15 to get dressed, so that's 5, 10, 15. That puts us at 7 o'clock. Okay, and then he takes 30 minutes to eat breakfast. So 30 minutes, 30 divided by 5 is 6. So we're going to put 6 bumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that would put him at 7:30. Okay, so he leaves for school at 7:30. All right, now let's do the language arts one, the ELA. Okay, so this one should go faster. All right. Wednesday. Okay, here's the Wednesday column. Add a pronoun to complete the sentence. Saturn is the second largest planet and blank is made up of gas. So they're talking about Saturn. So we could say Saturn is the second largest planet and Saturn is made of gas. But using the word Saturn twice in a sentence is kind of repeating. So we could put it. Let's see if that makes sense. Saturn is the second largest planet and it is made of gas. Okay. Other pronouns would be like he or she, but we usually don't call planets he or she. Next one, change the noun from singular to plural. Singular is 1, plural is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 100 million, billion, however many, more than 1. Okay. If we have 1 rocket, we say rocket. If we have 2, we say rockets. Rock. I should type this, huh? I will type the next one. 2 is rockets. 2 rockets. All right. Next one is calf. Calf is a baby cow. Or it could be other baby animals too, but I mostly think of cows. So if I have more than 1 baby cow, I would say I have 2 calves. And that's one of those weird ones. Since it's an F, right, we change it to a VES instead. So calves. I guess a calf could also be the bottom part of your leg, right? The back part of the bottom of your leg. That muscle's called a calf also. All right, which word would be found on this page of the dictionary? So this is just ABC order stuff. Okay, we'll look at the first letter of all of them. It's all B. So, I don't want to put text boxes. I want to draw. Okay, this one has a B. 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 So that doesn't help. Second, look, they all have E also. E, 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 no, E, E, E. So now we look at the third letter. So here's an A. A comes first in the alphabet, so that's good. Any B's? Nope. C's? Oh, there's a C. So that one must come after. So that would be the right one. That would be next. E, A, B, C, D. No D's. E's. No B, E, E's. F's. Ah, look at that. There's an F. So these two automatically would be after that page, right? Because the guide words in a dictionary are the two words that are the first word and the last word. They're the two words that all the other words would be between those in ABC order. So become is the word that would be on that page. Next one, list the words with a root that means move. And this one we have to go back to the Monday column. So let's look at those words. A root that means move. So we're looking for not the prefix, not the suffix. We're looking for the root word. So the root word in this is pay. That doesn't mean move. Motivate. Motivate. Mote. Yeah, that actually means move. Like, and motion, right? Motivate, motion. Mobilize. Mobilize actually means to stay put. So for that one, I think it's just motivate and motion. Should we be a cheater and go down and look? We could. I mean, we figured it out in our head. I think it's, let's see. I'm tired. It's my bedtime. No, they do say that mobilize is, so we will say mobilize. I guess you would move it into a spot. So motivate, mobilize, motion. Let me look back. What was the other one? Anything with MOT. Promote, I missed that one. And mobilize. So those are your four. Okay, motivate, motion, mobilize, promote. I'm not going to write those though, because my handwriting is messy. Okay, which word means to make something movable? Movable. Actually, you know what? Mobilize would be motivate, motion, promote. What do you think? Which one do you think? Which one would be to make something movable? What do you think? I think it's mobilize, which is weird because when I think mobilize, I think putting something in place. But now that I think about it, see, teachers need to think about it too. It would be mobilize, right? Let's mobilize the troops so we can get them together and move. All right, next one. My nose is so stuffy from allergies. All right, underline the conjunction in the sentence. Oops. Conjunction is a word that, they are words that join two things together. So let's read it. It says, the spacecraft explored Titan after it explored Saturn. So I see two sentences pretty much there that were joined together. The first sentence would be the spacecraft explored Titan. And then another one could be it explored Saturn. Those are two actual sentences, but they join them together with a word, and that word is after, right? So it says underline the word. So underline after. Okay, next one. Complete the sentence with the correct superlative adjective. Remember, superlatives are the ones that we use to compare, adjectives to compare things. You could compare two things, or you could compare like 3, 4, 5, 6, however many. Depending on how many you're comparing, you're going to use different adjectives. And the adjective that they want to use is interesting. So let's see. This is the interesting book I have ever read. So it's comparing it to a lot of books, because I hope that whoever wrote this sentence has read more than one book in their life. So they're thinking of all the books in their life, and they think that maybe it is the most interesting, right? If we were comparing two books, I might say The Wild Robot is more interesting than my book about George Washington. I don't know, any book. So that's just comparing two books. But if we're comparing more than two, then we'd probably say most or least. All right, next one. Circle the sentence that is considered informal. And if you have been with me the past couple days, we talked about what informal language would mean. An informal language is like when you're talking to someone that you know really well, a friend, a brother, a sister. I talk to my pets informally, right? Like I might call them dude or something like that, or bro. But if you're talking to somebody important or someone that you just met or somebody who's older, you want to be respectful. So formal language is more respectful. So it says to circle the sentence that is considered informal. So there's lots to do today, or there are many things to do today. I'm thinking that this one is what I would say if I was like talking to a teacher or if I was writing a paper that was going to be graded. But if I was just talking to a friend or maybe texting or something, I would probably use this. So that's called informal. Okay. That is the end of that column. So tomorrow you can meet up with me at 9 o'clock. I actually had William on with me today. That was kind of fun. But tomorrow we will correct Thursday's stuff at 9 a.m. So if I see you, I'll be happy to see you. If I don't see you, this will be videoed and you can check it later in the day. Okay? All right. Have a good rest of your day or evening.